At the end of this film, I hope that every viewer will be able to grasp the importance of student leaders in a university and what our roles are when it comes to the leadership at the university level. Thank you.
Before we get to the opening statement, I would like to state and explain the rules and regulation governing this debate. All the candidates have been briefed on this rule, but some require repeating to both the candidates and to the audience. So rule number 1, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to apologize for this sudden interruption. Due to some developing situation, I would like us to take a short break as we try to sort some issues.
What? Like really a short break?
A break? And we haven't even started the debate yet. What's going on?
I also wonder what is wrong with these people really.
What is it?
You tell me.
Okay, so
Ken, we have a small problem.
What?
Stacy, she's back in the race.
But I thought you had taken care of this.
I don't so sure. But she seems different.
She can't do this.
She's already out of the race.
Yes, that.
well, technically she isn't.
What?
Okay, for someone to drop out of the race, they have to formally send a withdrawal letter to the election committee, and she didn't do that.
How did you know that?
I can't tell you that.
What? Are you trying to manage me?
That's my job. I'm your campaign manager.
Look, you manage my campaign and not me. Now, tell me right now, how did you know that Stacy didn't submit her withdrawal letter?
I still can't tell you that. Because they need to have plausible deniability.
What? You did not. What is it? Wait. Did you talk to the election committee?
I can never confirm whether your accusations are truthful.
If they find out about this, we are out of the race.
That's fine. This whole conversation never happened.
It did.
What do we do now?
I'm dropping out of this.
What? What? You can't do that.
I can't, and I have. It's my decision. And it's final.
I don't know why we can just forget about this.
Because I can't go to the people and tell them that if they elect me as the leader of integrity, when one of my campaign managers has committed an election offense.
That's what I did or didn't do. It should be nothing of your concern.
I don't know what about what I know, don't know, what you did or don't.
Then what's it about?
It's about me upholding my integrity, safeguarding my morality. That's all that matters to me.
But what I did or didn't do should not be something concerning to you.
Is there any other further discussion about this, Mercy?
Yes.
Came out Joel letter ASAP. And as I said earlier, this is not all about me winning.
Oh, come on. It's politics. It's all about winning.
To you, it's politics. To me, it's about good leadership. And I don't care whoever wins. What I care is about whoever wins. If he doesn't become a good leader, then I'll fight my best so that I can beat him. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
And Grace,
Yeah.
I want one last thing from you. Can you make it possible that I talk to Stacy?
That's one place.
Why?
Because she wants to talk to me too.
Huh. Okay. So you wanted to talk?
Yeah, I wanted to air some grievances before we step on stage.
Grievances? What grievances?
Okay, you caught me there. They're not grievances exactly. I just want to clear some things before I crush you in the debate.
I don't remember having things to clear out.
Me too. That's until you sent your assistant to threaten me out of the race.
Assistant? I don't have an assistant, and whatever you're talking about, I'm sure I don't know anything about it.
Okay. I see we don't have much time left. So let me cut to the chase. I will not talk to the election committee about your assistant fraternizing with one of their members if you don't talk about my secret.
As I said earlier, I don't have an assistant. And what are these secrets that we're not supposed to be talking about?
I'm talking about Brian, and stop acting like you don't know what he did.
Oh, yes. Brian. Brian is not my assistant. Brian is one of my campaign managers. And I'm sure whatever you're talking about, I don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And seriously, like, what are you talking about?
Men like you have a tendency of getting out of situations just by mildly apologizing and saying I don't know. It's like saying you didn't know your mistress was a prostitute. But you promise the people you're different. You're full of morality. So that's why I trust you're going to do the right thing.
I have to confess something.
And what's that?
I came here to do something benevolent. Something beautiful. But I'm going to do something better. I want you to be my running mate.
No, not even if you give me cold and frozen ice cream in hell. And I love ice cream.
Okay, then I think we're done here.
Just a moment.
Okay, what? Another threat?
Not particularly, just a proposition.
Okay, I'm listening.
Why don't you be my running mate?
Not even when you prepare for me a space in heaven.
Okay, I see what you did there. Is it because I'm a woman?
Stop making this about feminism. Or is it being so desperate for you?
You made it about feminism when you sent Brian to come threaten me to get out of the race just because I was young and naive.
But this is politics. And the only way you can avoid to be part of the dirty politics is by avoiding to be young and stupid at the same time.
I thought you were a leader, not a politician.
Yeah, I thought so too. But people change.
Yes, people change. But men don't.
Ah.
All you do is lie and destroy people's lives in the process. So I assure you, if you try destroy my life, I will make it my personal mission to ruin yours. Get out of my way and good luck at the debate.
Just one more question for each candidate. Matthew, you have been part of this student leadership ever since you were fresher, and you have been designated sort of a kingmaker by throwing in your support each year to candidates who have been giving us these ambitious promises, only not to deliver most of them, if not all. So, why is it different this time? Why have you decided to come alone?
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Moderator, for such a challenging question for which there is no easy answer. But I'll try my best to give a satisfying answer. Most people don't know this, but being famous isn't easy, at least not for me. And actually, when I came to this school, I had big dreams, ambitions, dreams of a better future for my generation. I wanted to change things, but even after being a star in one of the TV films that was most successful in this country, I was told to start from the bottom. And that's why I ended up supporting candidates that didn't deliver. Moreover,
I was young, ambitious, and a little naive. But that's not an excuse. And I will always take responsibility for all my mistakes. And to be sincere, that is one of my greatest and biggest regrets. And the problem is, I should have done it better, but I was scared going it alone. But the good thing is, I'm no longer scared. I'm not afraid anymore. And I'm telling you this, if you vote for me, I will fight to the nail to bring changes to this institution and make it the best in the continent and even the world. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, are we together?
Yes.
And as always, I will try my best so that each and every one of you is happy and satisfied with their lives here in this university. I will not rest. I will make sure that all of you feel good and feel better. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, are we together?
Yes.
So, vote for me. Vote for me. I urge you to vote for me. And I will take this great university to greater heights. Thank you.
Stacy, before we get to the last question, could you please tell us how the journey has been for you as the first female to ever vie for this top seat in the students' government?
It's been one hell of a journey. And I would like to thank all my supporters and everyone who has stood by me up to this point. It means a lot to me, and I don't take it for granted. Of course, the journey hasn't been easy. I've been threatened, blackmailed, and even abused. But through those adversities, I kept on the faith that I am here because I want to help you people. They say politics is a dirty game, but I never knew that to be true until I vied for this position. And I think it's even worse for women. For so long, women have been undercut when it comes to leadership positions. But so often, when given the chance, we've proven to be better than our male counterparts. I think this is an eye-opening moment for this university to start believing in female leaders. Because when given the chance, we promise we shall not disappoint.
Stacy, one of the pillars of your campaign has been mental health, and you have been a champion of it for quite a long time. So, the question is, what exactly drives your passion to this exact matter?
I think mental health is a very important subject that should not just be focused on in this university, but worldwide. So the main reason I'm passionate about mental health is because I never want anyone suffering from mental distress to feel alone like I once upon a time did. And I've never told anyone this before, but I even contemplated suicide when I was in my first year. I had contemplated suicide before, but I never went through with it. I was feeling very depressed, helpless, and unwanted. Most of my classmates didn't like me. None of them talked to me, and even those who did just mocked me for my plus size. That's when I decided enough was enough, and I made the decision to just end it all. I'm championing for mental health because I never want anyone anywhere in the world to go through what I went through. If you vote for me, I will make sure that we look out for each other. We talk to each other, and most importantly, we know that we are wanted. I want to assure all of you here that life is precious, and no matter what you're going through, know that I will always be here to remind you that you are important.
Thank you so much, Stacy, for that attendance.
Your question is, given that you're just a second year student and you don't have that much experience in university student leadership, how do you expect to relate to someone who has been in this university for over 5 years as you aim to solve his or her problems?
Thank you for asking me that question. And before I answer it, I'd love to state that mental health is a very important issue. And I commend my opponent, Stacy, for championing it. And I assure you, if you elect me, I'll have a seat with her and we'll discuss the subject matter. And I also love to tell her that, Stacy, we stand with you and you're wanted and loved by all, especially by me. A round of applause for the courageous Stacy Njoroge. So back to the question. I wish there was a better way of answering it without seeming so blunt, but there isn't. With the interest of truth, without the fear of being judged or persecution, most people talk about experience like it's virginity, like it's something so special. But it's not, because case in point, my opponent here, Matthew, has been in student leadership ever since he was a first year. But what has he brought to the table? The experience of being part of the failed student leadership that has frustrated the students of this university ever since they joined the leadership. And it's not fair at all to assume that if we give him any other chance, he'll do anything different. Huh? Not really fair. I'm sorry, but I'm being honest here in stating that this so-called political experience doesn't matter at all. What matters is good leadership, which you can only experience by giving opportunities to young, strong, and ambitious students who will stop at nothing in representing us both far and wide. And even Stacy here has been part of the outgoing student leadership. And her role as the secretary of accommodation and health has probably been one of the most frustrating of all. And you see, the hospitals have been charging students for opening medical files. Hostel accommodations have risen. And worst of all, the university has stopped providing condoms. Seeing what experience brings. It brings lack of accountability from people like Stacy. It brings blame games from people like Matthew. And year in, year out, they come up to this stage and they give us promises and fake hopes. And we give them chances to deliver their promises. Spoiler alert, they don't. And I want to tell you that I am tired of them. Aren't you tired of them too? My opponents are career politicians, and I'm here to tell you that I'm not like them. In fact, I hate politicians. Do you want to know why? They peddle the worst drug of all, hope. They come to you every year, and they give you hope of some things you won't see. And I'm here to tell you that there's nothing more painful like being given hope of something you'll never see. And broken and fulfilled promises. Hurts more than 1,000 heartbreaks. But don't worry. I'm here to help you. But not as a hero. I'm here to get you hooked on another drug. A drug called change. So I assure you that if you elect me, I'll bring something new. I'll bring change to you. And you'll get something very new, something different from something that will change your lives as students of this university. So I may not have experience, but I have passion, dedication, and commitment to serve you till my dying breath. We have opted for political experience when electing our leaders, but as history has proven us wrong, it doesn't really work that way. And I think we should fix and change our history. Is why I tell you, if you elect me, I won't come to you with empty promises and hopes. I'll give you something that will change your life in this university. And it's not false. It's not a lie that my opponents are very good politicians and good leaders, and in their roles as secretary in health and accommodations. But why do we have to have good leaders if we can have better leaders? Like, why should we walk? Why should we crawl when we can walk? Why should we walk when we can run? Why should we run when we can fly? Why?